In this box I'm supposed to have a Maxsun B760I D5 motherboard, which seems to be a very cost-effective mini ITX LJ1700 motherboard with the DDR5 memory support. So let me take it out of this packaging and walk you through what we have on the motherboard. Indeed, this is the motherboard, and now Maxsun also include this warranty card, which claims 3 years warranty. I have no idea how this warranty would work outside of China, but I don't know, at least they add some information and some sort of certificate. Well, I would say that outside of China is pretty much useless, but we have it. So part of the motherboard, we have this Wi-Fi installation card. Let me take it out and see what we actually have here. So this is the Wi-Fi installation box, but we do not have the Wi-Fi module inside, which is pretty annoying, but we will see what we else have. I/O shield, SATA cable, and 2 antennas for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Now the motherboard itself. It's a tiny cute little motherboard. Over here we're supposed to install the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth expansion card, which is obviously missing, and that's annoying. Then over here we have an M.2 slot for PCI Express and NVMe SSDs, and the claimed speed is PCI Express 4.0x4, and the SATA SSDs, according to the diagram over here, are not supported. What is surprising is that the motherboard comes with a CMOS battery pre-installed, and the Chinese did not cut it off. So apparently something is changing with AliExpress or China customs policy, and now we are able to get motherboards from AliExpress with the battery installed. Additionally, over here we can see USB Type-C header for the front panel, which is not very common for cheap Chinese motherboards, but here we have it, and that's a big plus. USB 3 header, then we also have USB 2 header, I believe. The front audio is over here, and these ones are just buttons and LEDs for the front panel. Clear CMOS jumper over here. On this side we also have 4 SATA ports, 24-pin power connector, over here we have 8-pin CPU power connector, and over here we have 4 4-pin fan connectors. I'm not sure if smart fan works for this or no, but at least connectors are there. In addition, we also have an ARGB header. Again, I'm not sure how we can control RGB using this header, but at least the header is there. Down there we see additional 4-pin fan connector, and over here we have a connector for an external TPM, even though it's not necessary because LJ1700 CPUs come with a TPM built in. So the memory support here is obviously DDR5, and the model here Maxsun Challenger B760 ITX D5. So 2 sticks of DDR5 can be installed here. Now let's take a look at the back side of the motherboard, or the rear side, I/O. Here we have pretty basic setup. For whatever reason, we have 4 video outputs, 2 display ports, 2 HDMIs. Then we have only 2 USB 2 here, but we also have 2 USB 2 here and 2 USB 3 here. Basic audio input-output, and I believe we have dual Ethernet here, one of which is 2.5 gigabit, another one is just 1 gigabit. So you could potentially use this one for a home NAS or some sort of a mini ITX server. With the variety of LJ1700 CPUs, you can go from ultra-low power to high-performance CPUs. This little button over here, I believe, is a clear CMOS button, but it could also be a flashback button, which would be a very big surprise because most of the Chinese motherboards do not support BIOS flashback from the USB flash drive. So most likely this is just clear CMOS. Let's quickly take a look at the back side of the motherboard, because over here we also have an additional M.2 slot, and just like in the first slot, for whatever reason this M.2 standoff does not have an M.2 screw. It's my bad actually, I missed that the motherboard came with this little bag, and the bag has two small M.2 screws, one for the front M.2 slot and another one for the rear M.2 slot. So, all in all, this motherboard costed me less than 130 euros, including shipping and Swedish VAT tax, and what we have here is an LJ1700 Mini ITX motherboard with two M.2 slots, with a PCI Express X16, with the DDR5 support, with 4 SATA ports and a USB Type-C header for the front panel. I think this is a great deal if you want a mini ITX build, or even if you want to run a mini ITX NAS server or alike. Finally, I'm going to quickly check if the socket has any damages. I don't expect any damages, but it is important to check the socket when you receive a package from AliExpress. I'm not sure if camera is picking it up, but the socket is totally fine and there are no damages. If you're interested in a detailed review of this motherboard, then please follow my main channel. The review will be published there.